Hi, welcome to my channel. Last year I started vlogging, but I never really introduced myself. So, here we go. This is me, Mark, or something like that. And this is my lovely wife, Jessica. We have been together for almost 18 years, and this is our story so far. We were born in the Netherlands and we lived there all our lives. In 2008, we bought our first home together. In this small village. We lived a good but quite ordinary Dutch life. And we both worked a full-time job to pay the bills. Since Jess and I met, we found a common passion for traveling and started to travel more and more during our weeks off.
Making my own story, scripting my own plot, acting in my own scene, baby, giving it all I got. And I'm gonna make my own rules, writing my own part. No one's got a hold on me, I just do what I want.
I proposed Jess here in Finland in 2017. And we got married 1 year later. Directly after our wedding, we went on a honeymoon to the US. And instead of an RV, we rented this combination of a Jeep and a caravan. This was our first and only real camp experience. During our travels, we felt more alive than all the other weeks combined. So we decided that we wanted to quit our jobs and travel the world. But we got cold feet, and instead of following our heart, we bought a newer and bigger house in the Netherlands. And so the following years we put all our effort in it to turn this house into our dream home. But before we even finished it, we already felt this wasn't our path in life. So on our next vacation in Mexico, we dreamed of living a free life, and it felt like it was now or never. And it was this pool in Tulum where we decided to take the leap into the unknown. Without a real plan, just one step after the other. So back home, we did some finishing touches and contacted our real estate agent. And put our house up for sale. And we sold it within a month. We both quitted our jobs. And we sold almost everything. We truly believed that this was the hardest part. But before we could even hand over the keys to the new owners, the real test of how much we wanted this way of living just started. My mom was taken to hospital with a stroke, a severe one. And a lot of uncertainty and a long recovery waited for her. But like always, she stayed strong and kept supporting us in chasing our dreams. And so we did. We left our house and we moved to a temporary holiday home for a couple of weeks. We used that period to buy back a Jeep and a caravan as our new home. And we still hadn't a lot of camping experience, so we had to learn that first. So a few months later, when things looked a lot better for my mom, we took off to Spain to find out if we could live there. But before we even crossed the Spanish border, more bad news was coming our way. My dad had received the news that he only had a few months left to live. So what do you do? But he was as convinced as my mother and encouraged us to continue our journey. So we went on to Spain, explored a few regions and visited a few fincas. But our minds were still in the Netherlands a lot of the time, where my father's situation got worse. He was taken to hospital multiple times. So we decided to find a campsite for the winter in the south of Spain, from where we could fly back to the Netherlands for 3 weeks to check up on my dad. Not knowing that after being back just 2 days, my mom suddenly got another stroke. One she couldn't recover from, and she passed away 10 days later. As shocked as we were also grateful that we could be there with her. Our caravan was still in Spain and was already feeling as our home. But we decided to hop between Spain and the Netherlands every couple of weeks. In Spain, we recharged ourselves and did a few trips to explore a few other regions and viewed a few houses. We almost ended up buying this property, but the right paperwork was missing, so we had to cancel the purchase. We heard a lot of good stories about Portugal, so we went there to find it out ourselves. But after a week or two, we got a call from my dad. He was in his last phase of his life. So we packed everything and we made the long trip back. Three days later we arrived in the Netherlands, and luckily we were on time to have some really precious last weeks with my dad. We never had thought we would be back in the Netherlands again after 1 year. This was, without a doubt, the toughest year of my life. But at the same time, how strange it may sound, also my best year ever. Because I never felt more alive. So in honor of my parents, we want to take life as it comes. And with more dedication than ever, we will keep chasing our dreams.
I'ma keep fighting. Ain't nobody ever gonna hold me down. I'ma keep fighting. I will hold my ground. I'ma keep fighting all the way down.
We don't know what our next steps will be, but if you like to stay updated, then don't forget to subscribe. Oh, and by the way, we sold our caravan and the Jeep as well. Stay tuned.
Stay driven, push my line till that line's crossed. Hard work every day, no days off. Yeah, and pay it forward till it pays off. I'm down in the trenches with a mission. I'm running miles, no towels for the blood and the sweat. Just a heart full of fight and a soul full of vengeance. I'm full of hope, no time for regret. I'm a champion, and I reign supreme. This is my time, crown me king. I'm a legend, and I reign supreme. This is my time, and I'm living my dream.